when my face is like right in the thing. All right, there we go. Anyhow, all right, let me find it on here. There it is. Sandy, any jobs coming my way, and if so, when? Any jobs coming my way, and if so, when? Yeah, you have job opportunities coming in soon. Could be by the springtime, early spring. It could be sooner than you think. Caribbean general. Okay, you could have a new, the love cup here is full. So you could have a new love on the horizon if you're not with anyone right now. If you are with someone right now, love life looks good. Six of Cups, somebody from your past returns. Life starts to move forward pretty quickly, heading towards greener pastures, no longer feeling like you're stuck or waiting for your ship to come in, but life is moving forward. You've got the, got some good karma coming in. You also have some money coming in. Not a bad thing. Talia, general for tomorrow. Balance comes back to your life. The soulmate may be around, or you may be spending time with this soulmate that's significant. And it looks like romance may be good tomorrow with the Knight of Cups. It also looks like you could be spending time with a Pisces or a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. It also looks like there may be an offer in front of you that you're not seeing, or a solution to a problem that you're not seeing. You also have money coming in with the Ten of Pentacles. I know unexpected money comes your way tomorrow. Adriana, what's coming? Okay, taking time for rest, relaxation, recharges your batteries. You may have a new job opportunity or a new way to make money or some kind of a new, it could be a promotion, whatever it is, it's positive around work. And it does bring in more money, and it also may make you feel like the hard work you've put into your career is now finally coming back to your life starts to move forward pretty quickly. Could hear from somebody out of the blue that you haven't seen or spoken to in quite some time, or you may run into them. It also looks like you have some money coming in. You also have some good karma coming back to you. Money and good karma. Not bad. Georgia, is RS done with trying to work on us? Well, I don't think the two of you are on the same page. I don't think you want the same thing. So there's not really much to work on because you're not seeing eye to eye. I don't know. It seems like somebody wants more out of the situation than the other person, and you guys are at a stalemate. It's not nobody's giving in to the other person. So he's taking some space from the situation. You might feel a little unsuccessful with the Six of Wands in reverse, but for him, it's like from his perspective, he's like, what are we working on? We don't want different things. You know what I mean? Like, you're not giving in, he's not giving in, so you're sort of at a stalemate right now. Unless you can come to a compromise, there's nothing really to work on. You're not seeing, you don't want the same thing. So yeah, he's taking some time away from this situation. I would keep your options open because, if your life moves forward with somebody else, then you may get a different reaction out of him. But right now, yeah, you guys are like at a stalemate. Adriana, will Rigo come back to me and communicate with me in the next couple of weeks? You only get a 33% chance that there's communication coming in. If communication comes in, the Fool is in reverse, which means something is going to get revealed around this situation. So yeah, he'll communicate, he'll say something, but the Fool in reverse is something that's going to need to be dealt with before the relationship can move forward. I don't know what the Fool is. When the Fool's in reverse, it's like something gets exposed that needs to be dealt with before the relationship can move forward. But it's not coming up strong that in the next couple of weeks this happens. It may be down the line a little bit. Nadia, what are some blockages that I need to cut out of my life? Blockages come from when you're comes from desire. The two things that cause blockages are desire, and then the other one would be like not believing, right? So like, say for example, I don't know, say I needed a new job, but I just didn't believe I was going to find one, and I kept saying things like, I'm never going to get a new job, or nobody ever wants to hire me. I never get hired at, a high pay rate, whatever it is. That will build blockage. And then the other thing is desire. So the more you want something, the more desperate you are for something, the greater the blockage is around whatever that item is. The less you care about something and the more that you're open to just anything coming in, then that's the least resistance. That's why, when people do work with magic, candle magic or spell work, I always suggest, and I know that most people do, suggest just putting out into the universe, not like a specific thing. Like, people get really hung up on, it has to be this person, it has to be that job, I need to do this. And the more that you're fixated on one thing, and the more that that's all you can see, the greater the blockage will be. So a question like that, you really need to answer for yourself, because the blockage comes from desire. So anything that seems out of reach, there's a block around. Anything that seems like it's not easily obtained, or other people make it happen quicker than me. It can be anything. It doesn't have to be, it could be anything. It could be getting into shape, or getting more organized. Oh, I'll never be organized, right? I'm never going to be organized. I'm just a disorganized person. That's just how I am. I'm never going to get this place in order. That kind of talk puts a block around the organizational skills, because I can get organized. We can change. We just have to be a little bit more open to it. And it looks like if you spend a little bit of time thinking about it, divine guidance is going to give you signs and show you where your blocks are. Blockages come in around strong desire. So whatever it is that you want most right now, that's where your strongest block is. And it looks like it may be a love thing, and it might not even just be like a romantic love. It just may be love in general. So think about it like that. Anything that you desire. Like, years ago, one of my friends, she had a lot of girl cousins that were the same age as her, and she wanted to be the prettiest. And she used to say to me all the time, well, when I go, I have to be the prettiest. the desire to want to be the prettiest puts a block up around. You know what I mean? Because you're desiring to be, and you can't be the prettiest. Nobody can ever be the prettiest because beauty is subjective. So not everyone's going to think that she's the prettiest. You know what I'm saying? Anyhow, so focus on, or spend a minute thinking about what it is that you desire the most. And then that should give you a clue as to where your strongest blocks are. April for the meeting tomorrow. God, I hate meetings. It should go well. It looks like you're not burdened by it. Things move forward pretty quickly, and there's a wish around the situation that leads to transformation. The meeting goes fine. Cece, when will Kay reach out again, and when will we hang out again? You could hear from him within the next 3 days, and maybe see him within the next 2 weeks. Yeah. I would say you'll probably hear from him this week, and then maybe see him sometime next week. Janie, how does he feel towards me? And what is soon to happen? He thinks that you're interesting, kind, caring, unique, creative, attractive, and sincere. Soon, communication can pick up. I don't know where you are in the relationship, but I would say communication can pick up between the two of you. If you already communicate frequently, then I would say that it would be possible that you spend more time together. The next step is coming, but that depends where you are right now. If you've been dating for 5 years, then I would say the next step would happen. If you hardly talk, then the next thing would be like communication comes in. It depends where you are in the situation. The next step is on the horizon. So things are moving forward. Swarte, how can I be more patient with people? Well, I don't know exactly what you mean about being patient with people. Like, what do you want from them that they're not doing fast enough? You know what I mean? Stuff like that, everything always comes back to me, right? So whatever it is, like if you want, I don't know, let's just say, for example, you want your parents to give you money and they're not giving you the money, and you need to have patience until they decide to give you the money. Like everything comes back to me. So instead of putting it on other people, you like take control of your own life. So instead of like waiting for your parents to give you the money, go out and earn the money. Right now, I don't know what the situation is, but I'm just saying, like if you have friends that keep you waiting and they're a real pain in the ass, like I had one friend that could never be fucking on time for anything. It drove me nuts. I mean, she could not be, you could tell her 4 days in advance and she still wouldn't be on time. But it was, I mean, I put up with it, right? So if somebody isn't like keeping you waiting, you have a choice to not deal with that person or not invite them, or surround yourself with other people that don't make you wait. So everything always comes back to me. You can't change other people, you can only change yourself. So you have choices. If somebody is just really ticking you off and rubbing you the wrong way, you have the right to cut them out of your life or to spend less time with them. There's, you know, you can't really teach somebody patience. It's, you know, most people are usually either patient or they're not, or they have some sort of a degree worth of patience. And it also may depend on the person. My friend who was chronically late, my patience were very thin with her because it was all the time. Now, if it was somebody else who was never late, I wouldn't get annoyed. I would be like, yeah, it's all right, no big deal, right? But it depends on the person. So I would say spend more time focusing on how you can take control of your life and less time needing whatever it is from the other person. And then you won't need to have patience with them because you're not going to need them. You know, you take care of it all yourself. Especially listen to your intuition, because some of the people that you could be losing patience with may genuinely be incapable of giving you what you need or whatever the situation is. They just may not be capable of it. Like It's just not in their power to do for you what you need them to do. But I don't know what the situation is. That's a hard question to answer because you can't teach somebody patience. I mean, you can teach people meditation, but everything always comes back to me. So if somebody is upsetting you, it's really more about what's going on inside you and not them. So why did my friend irritate me so much when she was always late? Well, she was always late every time. Every time, I can't even tell you, she was always late, and not 5 minutes, an hour late. Like she just could never get it together. I don't know what she was buffering. Anyway, so I should have been mad at myself, not her, because I knew she was going to be late. I should have stopped hanging out with her. She's a real pain in the ass. Anyway, Anne, general for this week. General for this week. Being guided by the divine, the hard work that you've put into something, could be a career or a job, is going to come back to you. No longer feeling like you're stuck, but feeling like finally life is starting to move forward. Eight of Pentacles, could be going back to school, learning a new area of study. It also could be on-job training. Intuition is heightened, so definitely you're not seeing it right now, but before the end of the week, the solution should present itself to you. You also have the Fool here. You could be starting a new journey of some type this week. April, rest of the week into the weekend. It's not a bad week at all. It looks like you've got financial stability and things moving forward, slow and steady, but very stable as far as money is concerned. It also looks like you're taking time for rest, relaxation, self-care this week, and you have the Empress and a love connection, or you may be moving forward with a love connection this week with the Empress. Love, money, abundance, fertility. Growth and transformation comes to you and your life overall, and the Wheel of Fortune. You got some good luck coming in. So this should be a pretty good week right through the weekend. Adriana, when is Angel calling? I would say within the next 4 weeks. If you don't hear from him in 4 weeks, it would be the month of April. John, is the Taurus coming back? And if so, what happens? She comes back, yeah. What happens? Well, you're going to wind up coming to a crossroads where you may have to make a decision if you want to go back to that situation or you want to move forward. You guys have a soulmate connection, and she may come in presenting you with something that would be really hard to turn down. Like she may be saying all the right things and that kind of stuff. So just be aware of that. It will be your decision at the end of the day, and you have the Magician here, the ability to manifest new opportunities. So if you decide that you're going to call in another soulmate, you may not go back to the Taurus, but it'll be your choice. You will be presented with that choice at some point. It's interesting. Soleil, tomorrow. Tomorrow, things change for the better quickly. You may be presented with some choices. Anxiety seems to dissipate, and you got happiness coming in. You also may be thinking about going back to school, learning a new area of study. Tomorrow's an okay day. Not a bad day at all. Alice, in general, for the next 2 months. Could have a new business or job opportunity. You actually may have both. You could have a new job opportunity and also a new side business. It looks like you have happiness coming in and anxiety moves into the past. Taking time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. Possibly taking a trip to water, by water, or around water. Could be earning more money at work and also more respect. The Fool. Starting a new journey, feeling prepared. Possibly going back to school, learning a new area of study in the next 2 months, or at least inquiring about it. And you have the High Priestess. Your intuition is spot on, so definitely listen to it. Julie. What's up with C? 1 minute he shows attention and the other 0. Huh. Well, there is growth and transformation happening around the situation, and also happiness, and at some point there could be a commitment on the horizon. He may just be a little bit unsure of what he wants, or unsure, a little undecided about how he feels right now. But it does look like success comes in around a situation between you and him. So I wouldn't, I would just kind of roll with it. I think that things are going to start to pick up a little bit between you and him over the next couple of weeks. So I wouldn't worry about it too much right now. He just may be a little unsure of things. Prussian. Do you see me happy with income as I go back to real estate investment? Okay, let's see. Yes. Yeah. And things should actually go really well for you. Yeah, I think so. Cece, how will the boss react to my 2-week notice? Will the new job offer me relocation money and a sign-on bonus? Okay. The boss is not going to be happy to see you leave, but, it's time. It's time. It shows that you are moving forward and you are moving on to greener pastures. Here's the new job opportunity that you're kind of being guided by the divine. But if they haven't offered you relocation money yet, I don't think that they will. I think they would have done it already when they offered you the job. Listen to your intuition. You made it to the top of the mountain. This is a good opportunity for you. So the boss isn't going to be happy to lose you, but, it's time to move on. April, when will he contact me and see each other next? You can hear from him within the next 2 days and see him within the next 10 days. Let me go back up to the top. T-Vet, what's going on in love with the Aquarius? Aquarius feels burdened by love. I don't know what's going on here, but they got the weight of the world on their shoulders and a tower moment around. They may feel like nothing has changed in their love life, and they could be feeling very unsuccessful. They also may be very undecided about what to do. I don't know, it looks like they're kind of going through a rough time right now. Snow White, love. If you're not in a relationship right now, you have a fire sign that comes in, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, and this person shows you a lot of respect. They're a creative type. They seem to be very stable. They seem to also have money, but they show a lot of respect and they put a lot of effort into a relationship. They mean business. Fire sign comes in very strong around you. Listen to your intuition. Life can be moving forward pretty quickly. Leaving the past in the past and moving forward. Emily, love, who do you see coming in? Got the ability to manifest new people. So put out into the universe the types of people that you want and that you should get it. Things turn around for you for the better pretty quickly. Got a Virgo coming in with long-term potential. You also have a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. And it looks like growth and transformation comes in around your romantic life. Yeah, things should be improving for you soon, or relatively soon. John, can I trust the Taurus if we go into a love relationship? Can I trust the Taurus if we go into a relationship? Yeah, I think you can. You got long-term potential around it. The sun comes out. Yeah, I think you could trust her. I think, did I do Anne? I think I did Anne, right? Miriam Love? Balance comes back to your love life and good karma returns. Walking away from people, places, and things that no longer serve you bring in new opportunities. Could be an offer that comes in that would be hard to refuse with a Libra. If you're not with anyone right now, you got a Scorpio, a Libra, and a Capricorn all showing up. You could be moving forward in your love life to greener pastures. Julie, can the cards show why or what caused you to be unsure? I just don't think that he knows exactly what he wants. Like, he doesn't, it takes time for people to develop feelings. And he's just, it's not that he doesn't have feelings, he does. He just doesn't know what direction he wants to take it in. And I don't think it's bad. I think you're going to see him soon. I think you're going to hear from him soon. He's just not diving in head first. It's just not where he is right now. I hate to say it, but it's like women want it right now. Like, they want the whole enchilada right now. And men, they're just usually not like that. And it shows that he pulls his energy back sometimes. That's just how he is. But it doesn't look like it's a big deal, and it looks like he's coming back like pretty soon. I mean, I don't like the inconsistency, even when I read it for people, but it doesn't look like he's going to continue to be inconsistent. It just looks like he doesn't right now look at it like it's a committed relationship, so he's not putting in 100% effort. I don't know if you guys discussed where you are in the relationship, but I think he feels like it's a little bit undefined, so he doesn't have to put in 100% effort. I don't agree with that as a, like, I don't like that, just me personally, but according to the reading, it's not a big deal. It's not like, he's not undecided about you. He doesn't feel like he's committed to the relationship, so he doesn't feel like he has to do all the extra stuff. It's like, men tend to be like that in the beginning. Then they get into a committed relationship, and for the first like 3 months, they're absolutely perfect. They couldn't be any better. And then all of a sudden, they forget all of that. And then it's like, they kind of go back to like, I don't know who they normally are. Like they're on best behavior for a couple of months, like the trial period. And then they go back to being stupid again. Tibet, love for the rest of February. You may be undecided. You got the Two of Swords. You may not be sure which direction you want to take your life in. You've got a new journey on the horizon, and you're not feeling weighed down by the weight of the world. You're actually feeling pretty good, pretty confident. You've got a couple of people here. Water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. It could be a Scorpio. You've got an air sign, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. You've got the Empress here, which is love, money, abundance, fertility comes in. Be careful if you don't want children right now. You've got the Six of Pentacles, which means the next relationship should be very well balanced and you should get a lot out of it. I don't know if you go into a committed relationship, though, this month because you got the Seven of Cups. You may be exploring choices and options. It's not bad. It just might not be a committed situation before the end of the month. Adriana, when can I meet David? I would say within the next 7 weeks, it could happen. Adriana, when could I be traveling somewhere? Okay, you got a couple of options here. There's possibility that you go somewhere before the end of the winter. There also may be something that happens 10 weeks from now, and then also the month of October. So you got a couple of things that come up. Sonia, general for the next 3 months. Anxiety moves into the past, and your persistence pays off around a career or business endeavor. You also may be going back to school, learning a new area of study. The hard work that you put into your career comes back at you, and you could find yourself in a committed relationship over the next 3 months or in the next 3 months. Cause for celebration comes in around a love connection, but you also have the Magician here, so you have the ability to manifest new opportunities over the next couple of months. Put out into the universe exactly what you want more of. Siba, love. Okay, you got a soulmate connection happening here. If you're not with anyone right now, you have a Gemini that comes in, you have a Pisces, and you're going to have choices. There's also a Scorpio here. Happiness comes out, and your life moves forward. You're moving on to greener pastures, feeling well prepared too. You may be like, it's my time. Things are moving forward for me, and I'm going to enjoy every minute of it. That's excellent. If you're already in a relationship, I would say you have growth and strength coming to your current relationship. Cinnamon, should I drop out of this early childhood development 12-week course? I'm honestly not motivated as I was originally in psychology. It's just boring and I'm just unsure. How far into the semester are you? I hate to see somebody put in like effort and then drop it. You know what I mean? Because it's like if you've already done X amount of work towards it and then you drop it, it's like wasted. Cards indicate you should drop it. I don't know. I hate saying that though, but that's only my opinion. Like I feel like why start something and like you put all this effort in and then all of a sudden then you stop. But the cards think it's okay if you drop it. Rosie, general for the end of February into the early March. Anxiety moves into the past. The weight of the world slips off your shoulders. You're feeling strong and confident and you have a wish. Put it out into the universe. It looks like you could be picking up a new spiritual practice that may help to open up your third eye or develop your intuition. It also looks like you could hear from somebody out of the clear blue sky who you haven't seen or spoken to in quite some time. Life starts to move forward pretty quickly. 8 of Pentacles, you may be thinking about going back to school or going back to school learning a new area of study. Whatever it is, it seems pretty positive between now right through the middle of March. Asia, Brandon's current emotions and intentions for me. Yeah, but Cinnamon, can't you just keep it and use it like as an elective? Just so that you don't have to take something else at another point? I don't remember. I mean, I remember that when I was in school, there were so many electives I had to take. And I feel like if you're already in it, right? Finish it. This way you don't have to take something else. But the cards indicate drop it. So drop it if you're really unhappy with it. Brandon's current emotions and intentions. He may right now be stagnant and still. He's undecided. He's got a little bit of anxiety. And he feels like nothing is growing and changing at this point. You might have to just give him a little bit of space. He feels a little bit stuck right now. I would give him a little bit of space. I don't know where you guys are in the relationship, but it seems like he needs a minute to gather himself. I would give him some time. I wouldn't reach out to him. Just give him a little bit of space. Angel, I wonder what are Elisa Libra's feelings for me and how is the outcome when we talk? Okay. Well, I think that she thinks that you're stable, reliable, you make a really good friend, you're loyal, considerate, caring. I think that she thinks you don't hold yourself back and you have a lot of potential. But it depends on when you talk to her or what you say to her. If I wouldn't, like, I wouldn't come out and confess feelings to her because I don't think that she's going to. Like, I don't think that she's going to expect it, and I think she's going to be a little bit freaked out. I would just try to become friends with her first. Like, I would try to be friends with her first before you go there. Because otherwise, she may be very taken back by it and she might not respond the way you want her to. So my suggestion would be try to cultivate a friendship with her first. Even if you only have like a couple of conversations, but at least it would be something that's like she would see it coming then, or it wouldn't be so unexpected. But if you just come up to her and you have this conversation about how you think she's so wonderful or whatever, she's gonna kind of get a little bit taken back by that because she's not expecting it at all, at all. Treasure. Can O'Shea the Virgo and I have a loyal, committed relationship? Okay. Well, you got a 70% chance, yes, you can. What's interesting here is the Eight of Cups shows you walking away. So I don't know, like the percentage is high. I'm 70% chance. I would say, yeah, there's a good shot the two of you could have a committed relationship. But this makes me wonder why you would walk away from this person. So I don't know if it's because this person has not, up until this point, done anything as far as commitment is concerned, or if they don't follow through. Like, you know, they may make a commitment and it may be okay for a while and then something happens and it turns you off. But 70% chance, yes, you could have a committed relationship. But it does show that you turn around and walk away at some point. So let's see what happens. Um, uh, Anthony, what my wishes will come true relating to the Cancer girl. I don't know what your wishes are, but the cards indicate I'm only getting a 33% chance that you're going to get exactly what you want from this situation. So I would keep your options open. I would, yeah, I wouldn't sit around and wait for this person because, I don't know, you just may not get what you want out of them. You know, it's interesting because sometimes, like, you think that you want something, or you imagine it, like, the fantasy in our heads is always better than the reality, always. So you may not really be getting what you want from her, even if seemingly she showed up to give you what you wanted. Like, it just might not be. The relationship that we have in our head is always better than what actually happens. So keep that in mind. I would keep your options open. I think there's somebody else coming in around you relatively soon. Where are we? True Sweet. What are the Aries feelings for me? I hope he texts me back. This person thinks that you're kind, caring, friendly. There may be cause for celebration around this situation. Thinks that you're spiritually connected. Independent, loyal, sincere. Fool is in reverse. When the Fool is in reverse, it means that something's got to be revealed around this situation in order for it to move forward. And I don't know what the Fool in reverse is, but when that card shows up, it means something comes out around the situation that needs to be dealt with before it can move to the next level. Julie, will Mobile H request me to go back for another event? I worked for them today. Yes. I think you could work for them again. T-Bet, his thoughts of the last text I sent him. Okay, so he's got a couple of things around him. The Queen of Cups, kind, caring, loving, sincere, nurturing. That would be happiness. Feeling like he's made it to the top of the mountain, he can exhale, feeling like things are okay. But he also has this card, which would indicate that he feels burdened by the situation. I don't know what's going on between the two of you, but it's like he was relieved to hear from you, but he still feels stressed out about the situation. Or he was happy to hear from you because the Queen of Cups is like somebody he would want to hear from. And it feels relieved that you reached out, but something about it kind of stresses him out, or he's a little stressed out. Oh, Hope, I saw it. It came through. I saw it. Yeah, I know. I saw those initials come through. It was just a few seconds ago. Send the question with purple hearts. Be wise, a few cards for this week. You might need to have a little bit of patience this week. You're going to have some choices that happen this week, and you do have a Leo and a Virgo around you that may be of significance. If you're waiting on a large sum of money, that may be where the patience comes in, because it looks like you have a large sum of money, but it's a little delayed in heading your way. You do have the Magician, so you have the ability to manifest new opportunities, and it looks like your life is moving forward, but you just may need to have patience. Oh my God, Cinnamon. You know what class I took? Oh my God, I took it with my friend, the one that I just had the virtual birthday party with. What the hell was the name of this class? Myth and Symbol, I think it was. Oh my God. It sounded like such an amazing class, but it was so hard. Shit, I can't remember what made it so hard. What time is it? It's 11 o'clock. I don't want to text her now. It was only her and I that took it. Like, our other friends didn't take it. And it was so hard. And then she had this really weird way that we had to, I fold the paper and answer questions. I don't know. It was so hard. It was like reading these stories like legends and myths and stuff and like decoding them. It was so hard. I can't remember. Shit, tomorrow I'm going to text my friend and ask her if she remembers. I remember what the woman looked like, and I remember that she always talked about that she had a daughter. The woman was old at this point. Her daughter's name was Grace. She used to talk about like her when she was an infant. And that was a class that it was not what I expected. We should have got out of it, but we didn't. And I don't know. Somehow we made it through. I don't know how we made it through. I'll have to text her tomorrow and ask her about it. Myth and Symbol. That was the name of it. It was an English class. It was so freaking hard. Adriana, why doesn't he want me to see him? Well, he's undecided about how it's his confidence. It has nothing to do with you. He's afraid that you're going to like think he's, I don't know, maybe think he's ugly or think he's a dork or something. He's unconfident. He shows that's why he doesn't want you to see him. It has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with him. But that's the way everything is. You know what I mean? He's undecided. He's going to come around though. And you are going to see him. He just has to get confident. This one here better go to sleep. I hear her crying. Hope, was I supposed to read the information that I discovered about FFS? Because I really regret it. Okay, was I supposed to read the information? No, you weren't supposed to read it. So I don't know what the situation is, but this is just my opinion and what I've experienced in my own life. If you go looking for something, you're gonna find something. That's just it. That's just how it is. If something is presented to you in a way that it just kind of falls into your lap, and then you read it or you see it or you hear about it that way, that's something that you're meant to hear about. Like I gave this example, it's funny, it was earlier today. I was seeing this guy off and on for like 8 years. And this was like, I want to say that it was April when it happened because it was my friend's birthday. And I had just texted him happy birthday. So I know it was the end of April. And I was just going through my regular Facebook feed. It was my feed. The person that I was seeing off and on for like 8 years, who had just wanted to see me, like, I think this was Tuesday, and like the Sunday before he wanted to see me. He doesn't have Facebook, right? It was never cyber stalking him. He doesn't even have it for me to. Now I realize why, because he doesn't want any evidence. So as I was going through my feed, all of a sudden the shelter that I adopted my dog from came up in my news feed, and it showed a picture of him with a woman, a girl, and it said congratulations to the dog that they just adopted. And then it was like, oh, happy life to this family or whatever. And obviously the two of them were living together and adopted a dog together, but meanwhile you're still seeing me. So in that situation, like to me, because I didn't go looking for it, like what are the chances that that were to happen, that it just pops up in my feed and it happens to be him? I mean, how crazy is that? That was meant for me to see. Now, I didn't go looking for it. It just showed up. Come to find out, now that sealed the deal for me. I was like, that's it. I don't want to, fuck him. I'm done. I didn't find out for about another year and a half that he married that person. They were married. So not only was he married to somebody else, never told me, continued to see me, still wanted to see me, even after that incident happened, he still kept trying to come over here. So in a situation like that, I would say, yeah, I was supposed to see that. But if you go looking for it, or if it was to say this was something that had to do with like a coworker or something, if the information fell in your lap or somebody emailed it to you on accident, I would say, no, that's information that you should know, because, those things happen for a reason. You know what I mean? So the cards indicate that no, you weren't supposed to know this information, or you shouldn't have read it, or it wasn't for you to know. But whatever, you know about it, and that's it. You move past it. But that's interesting when that happens. Julie, Carol said that I should be seeing changes in R in 2 weeks. What do the cards say? Okay, will we be seeing changes in R in 2 weeks? I don't think that fast. I still think spring. I don't think it's going to be that fast. Let's see what happens. Cinnamon, that class was really hard. Let me just tell you something. It was real. It sounded like it was going to be really cool. It was so hard. Ram, does Kay still think about me? Yes. Ashley, does Josh the Virgo miss me? Yes, I think so. I know, it's crazy, right? I know. Can you imagine? I saw the picture and I was like, is that? I'm like, no way, is that him? And then I was like, no, that's definitely him. And you know, like you just question, like, why were you seeing me? Like, why were you still seeing me? If you were so in love with somebody else and you were getting married and like why were you still seeing me? And after you got married, why did you still want to see me? Like, what was I doing for you? Really? I mean, I don't get it. But anyway. And then I asked him, like, well, because one time, like, he was like, oh, I want to come over. And I was like, did you get divorced? And he was like, no. But he didn't say anything. He didn't admit to being married, but I heard it from two different people. And they said it to me as if I knew it, you know? Like my one friend was like, I can't believe you married that bitch. That's what he said. And I had... My one friend didn't like that girl. Like, he knew her, and he said that she was like, I don't know, he didn't like her. I don't know anything about her. But anyway. Priscilla, love for the next 2 weeks. Yeah, but you know what? It turned around. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you what happened. Priscilla, love the next 2 weeks. You got strength coming into your love life, and you have choices. You're no longer holding yourself back. You've got a fire sign that comes in pretty strongly. It could be a Leo. Leo said Sherry Aries too. It could be two different people, a Leo and then another fire sign. It also looks like you may be exploring your options over the next couple of weeks. The Pisces is around and success comes in. So here's what happened. So at the time that I found out about that he had gotten married, I was already with Avery's father, so I didn't have heartbreak over it. I was broken when I saw the picture, but at that point I didn't know they were married, so my life had already moved on. So how many years ago is this? A long time ago. I would get I love you emails from him. I don't understand why you don't want to see me. I'm in love with you, blah blah blah. I told you, the tide always turns as soon as you don't care anymore. And I really didn't care. Now, as a person, as a human being, I care very much about him and I want him to be happy. He's one of the funniest people I know. And I still talk to him. His birthday was the other day. I sent him an email. Of course, I didn't hear back from him because he won't email me back. He always makes me wait. But I don't care. I don't care anymore. And there is such power in not caring and not feeling like that anymore, because he'll never make me feel like that ever again. I mean, made me feel like that for 10 years, but no more. Mustafa, how would the female ask the Aquarius and her parents think and feel if I married her and wanted sex every 1 to 3 hours and was cranky without it? Listen, I don't think that's possible. I'm sure the female ass would tell her mom about my high sex drive. I don't think that's possible. I don't think that you want it that much. You might think that you do, but on the other side of it. Okay, if you wanted to have sex every 1 to 3 hours, which I don't think you will, but if you did, and she told her parents, or she told her mom would be like, you guys are newlyweds, that's what happens. Enjoy it now, because it's not going to be like that forever. And she would, like, that's, it's somewhat, like, that's how she would say it. Because that's the truth, you know, like, that's just the way relationships start. However, the thing is that, that frequently for a guy, I don't know. Anyway. She would tell her parents, though. Not her parents, she would tell her mom. And, you know, that's just like the ebb and flow of a relationship. It's always like that at one point in the beginning, and then it just kind of tends to regulate itself as the relationship goes on. Anyway, God bless you. Really, God bless you every 1 to 3 hours. Stella, do you see Chris returning to me soon? I don't think so. No, I don't see him coming back soon. I don't know where you guys left off, but I think he's taken some space. Adriana, what's Angel thinking about me? Well, he thinks about you a lot, and I think that he has a lot of, not so much anxiety around the situation, but like, I think he feels bad for what happened. I think he genuinely feels that you deserve better than the way that he treated you. And I think at some point he might tell you that, because it's kind of something that's weighing on him, like the way everything went down. Like, he kind of believes that you deserve better than he gave you. Did I skip one for T-Vet? Oh, yeah, okay. Is J or M watching my series from a fake profile? Is J or M watching my thing from a fake profile? I don't think so, no. Or not now, anyway. Stella, will I leave my current job for another? Eventually you will, yeah. It may take some time, though. It might not happen right away. It may be a little bit down the road. But yeah, you do move on from there. You move on to greener pastures, and things move forward in your career quickly. April, did someone tell you he's your twin flame and that's why you went through all that? Because that happened to me. No, I had already stopped the twin flame nonsense at that point. The twin flame thing that happened was back when I was in I was in high school, and I went to somebody who told me that, yeah, and that I would never be happy because I had a black aura, because I was born at the wrong time and I sat by a dead tree and the dead tree gave me a black aura. That's what this woman told me. And I would never be happy until I had it fixed. But um, with him, no, with him it was a little different. First of all, he was much younger than me. He was like 10 years younger than me, but it was like, he was like 18 when I first started seeing him. And I think I was 28 or something like that. So I gave him a lot of excuses where like I was, well, he's young, he's going to grow up, he's going to mature, blah, blah, blah. And I also think that well, I know I made excuses for him, but like, that's why when people ask questions like, is something going to change? Nothing's going to change. So you're like, this is who the person is. You accept them for who they are, or you move on with your life. And I think that there were certain parts in our relationship where I was like, I just accepted it. I was like, I'm okay with this. And I was, because I'm pretty independent. I don't need somebody at my ass 24/7. I'm okay with that. I was working a lot, but he kept doing really mean things and saying really mean things. Or like, we had these bad breakups throughout the situation, but I kept going back. So, like, you got no one to blame but yourself. Like, this person has told you how many times to fuck off, and then at some point they come back and they want to see you again, and you're okay with it. Like, it spoke much more about myself and my confidence than it did him. Yeah, he may have been an asshole for everything he did, but I accepted it. That's why, like, when people are like want to get back with their ex, it's like, it's usually not for the best. It's usually not for the best, highest good. It usually isn't. And I know that nobody wants to hear that, and everybody wants the person to come back, and everybody thinks that they're going to have a fairy tale and it's going to be different, but it's not. And I would never, like, if I was just giving people advice and not asking the cards, I would say, listen, if somebody has showed you once, twice, or three times that they're a complete and total asshole, believe them. Believe them. They're a complete and total asshole, and let them treat somebody else like that. Because who wants to live through that? I mean, that shit's terrible. But I stood for it. It's like, I know to blame but myself. DYB. Um, will I receive funding real soon from the government? Okay. Will I receive funding from the government? I'm only getting a 33% chance that you're going to get funding from the government anytime soon. It may take time. You know how the government is. There's a lot of red tape that sometimes gotta go through before you can get what you need. I wouldn't expect it, not anytime soon. Maybe it'll take a couple of months. CJ, can I have a card for the next few days? Okay. One card for the next 3 days, is that's all you want, is the Six of Cups. Somebody returns. Somebody returns, or there's nostalgia over what was in the past. Your past comes back. That's what I would say. Over the next couple of days, reconnecting with the past or somebody from the past, and it's positive. Six of Cups to me is positive. Anthony, what will happen after the Cancer comes back into my life? Love relationship. When she comes back into your life, you may be with somebody else. That's the thing. And then she's going to feel very regretful. She's going to feel bad. Because at the time that she comes back into your life, you're no longer sweating her. Like, the weight of the world has dropped off your shoulders. You've listened to your intuition. It looks like your life has moved forward. You have several people around you. You've got a Leo, you've got a Virgo, you got a Taurus. So I think your life has moved on by the time she shows up. She shows up last, which is the Queen of Cups. Water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. C3, is JD coming towards me this month with new communication? Yeah, I think by the end of the month you should hear from him. TD, general love for the rest of the week. General love for the rest of the week. Okay, general for the rest of the week. We've got feeling prepared and making a decision to push your life forward or to move your life forward. With that, balance comes in and success comes in with money. You got plenty of money coming in, the 9 and 10 of Pentacles. Air sign around you may be significant, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Walking away from people, places, and things that no longer serve you may make you, like, you may stop and think about things for a minute and just make a decision to, you know what, this isn't working for me anymore, I'm moving past it. And you may be working on a creative project. Growth, change, transformation comes to your life, and it also could be a Scorpio too that's coming in. Lydia, tell me something good. Tell me something good. You could have a new love interest coming in, or you could have a new romantic thing happening this week, a date or something. You may be presented with an offer that would be hard to turn down. It also looks like you've got success coming in. I got several people here. Geez. You got a Libra. I mean, well, an air sign, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. You've got the Leo is here, a Virgo is here, and a Pisces is here. So there may be plenty of opportunities. You may also be taking some time for self-care. Oh, that was rest, relaxation, and self-care. It should be a pretty decent week. All right, let me see. CS, why did my dream of being with the Aquarius feel so real? Was it showing me feelings from past lives? No, it's not a past life thing. No. Dreams are not as complicated as we think they are. Think about how you felt in the dream, and then you think about what you spend most of your time thinking about during the day. They're usually very similar. So if you spend a lot of time dreaming about somebody, it's not uncommon for them to show up in your dream state. Same thing with like people, places, and things from the past. So say, for example, your best friend shows up. You haven't seen this person in 10 years. If you see them in your dream and you're happy to see them, then that may mean that you've been thinking about them in your everyday life and that you may reach out to them, or you could be thinking about getting together with them. Or it could also mean that like you're purging stuff out of your subconscious. Sometimes is that, but that's not usually with good things. It's usually with like old wounds and hurts. So like if somebody who's hurt you 10 years ago, right, shows up and it reminds you of that old wound, you're purging that out of your subconscious when you dream about it. So it's very positive. But I think that most of the time people are looking for some sort of big reason why, what dreams mean, but I don't really think that they have as much meaning as we want to give them. Especially because, like, I think about all the dreams I've had in my life with, like, I recently had one not that long ago where I was eating this chocolate. So I looked up, what does that mean? And it was like, oh, you're going to come into a large sum of money, or you're going to be very wealthy. No, I'm not. I mean, that didn't happen. I was eating the chocolate. Why? Why was I eating chocolate in my dream? I don't know. I have no idea. But anyway, HG, I want to ask, what is H's current feelings for me? What are H's current feelings for me? Well, the Empress is excellent. That's like love, money, abundance, fertility. Be careful with that card if you don't want kids. But they may be genuinely undecided about how they feel or how they want things to move forward, but they do think highly of you. They think you're intelligent. They have a lot of respect for you. They think that you're well balanced, stable, down to earth. You have a lot of potential for the future. Destiny, can I get a general reading on the Virgo? General reading for Virgo. Could be starting a new journey. Starting a new journey comes in, possibly taking a trip to water, by water, or around water. Could be spending a lot of time with a Virgo. You've got several people there. Virgo, Capricorn, you got a Cancer, and you have a Libra. Life seems to move forward around, and you have like choices coming in. Money comes in between now and the end of the spring. Finances should be improving. And it looks like you have long-term potential around a soulmate connection before the end of the spring as well. If you're not with anyone right now, one of those people I just said could be the potential connection. There's also a Gemini, too. That could be possible. Well, you know why I feel like those, I just feel personally, and I know that like law of attraction people would definitely not agree with this, but I feel like being more realistic when you look at things, I feel like that's a better mindset to be in than like the twin flame thing, because and I also feel this for a couple of reasons. First of all, I don't know how old these people are that I'm reading for, right? So like 17-year-olds, when I was 17, like I was about to pay somebody a large amount of money because I thought that I sat next to a dead tree that gave me a black aura. That's what I thought. And I was going to pay this woman. If my friend Mark wasn't there, I probably still would be paying this woman. So you know, yeah, I feel like we got to like stay kind of grounded, you know, like, especially because when you look back on your life and you look at all the guys that have been involved, that you've been involved with, when you look back, sometimes you're like, God, you know, I'm kind of glad that it didn't work out with that person because I wouldn't want to be with him now, right? So what are the chances that that person was a twin flame? You know what I mean? Like when I think about my friend Matt, who years ago, like I wanted so badly to be with him and he treated me like shit. Like that would have been perfect, right? He's the runner, I'm the chaser. That would have made perfect sense. But today, I don't want to be with him. Like I'm turned off by every single thing about him. Like there's nothing about him that I would want to be with. So, you know, sometimes you just get over it and you move on to something else and you grow as a person. You don't want to go backwards to that. So that's why, like, and at that time, I don't think, oh, I was seeing the woman that, but she never uses terms like that. Never. She never says twin flame or soulmate or any of that shit, ever. And if I were to ask her, she wouldn't even answer the question. I know she wouldn't. Because my friend used to ask her all the time, who am I going to marry? And she wouldn't tell her. But I feel like, you know, I would rather somebody be pleasantly surprised than sit around for 10 years waiting for something that's not going to happen. So if, you know, I like to kind of stay a little bit grounded, but that's only my opinion. You know, doesn't mean it's right. I did that one. And you Kriti, what is H hiding from me that I should know if there's something? You know, I can't, like the hiding question, I can't really get into what people are hiding because people hide things. And, you know, it's okay for people to hide things. You know what I'm saying? Like, the guy that was seeing me that got married, was it right that he was hiding it from me? No, it wasn't right. Did I have a right to know? Yeah, I did. But when the timing was right, it was presented to me. I don't really, like, people hide things, and like that's their choice. So what's he hiding? He's hiding things. We walk around this world with masks on. We don't let people know what's really going on inside us. So yeah, he's hiding where everybody is. My mom hid from me that she didn't graduate high school. I didn't know that until after she died, and I found her she got her equivalency diploma while she was pregnant with me. She was a beauty school dropout. That's what they did back then. These days, they don't do it like that, but that's what they did. And she didn't want me to know that she didn't graduate high school. She had a right to keep that from me. So I feel like the cards don't even, like, they don't even, like, it shows here that he's burdened by something. But what's he burdened by? I don't know. I don't know. It also shows that it could be something that keeps him up at night. But it might not have anything to do with you. It may have something to do with himself. Like, he feels off balance and out of balance at times. He may not discuss that. And he may argue with himself over it. But like I said, you know, like, let's say that you had something that you didn't want people to know. You know, like, I don't know. Like, what is something that you wouldn't want someone to know? I don't know. I can't think of anything. But say it's something personal and you're just not comfortable with discussing it with people. Like, we have a right to keep things private. So, I don't know. I feel like the cards don't even disclose those things. Like, Fool in reverse, when people are like, well, what is it? It's like, I don't know. It's like something gets revealed. But you have to wait for that. Patty, will I see Jose again? You will. It just may not be right away. It could take some time before you see him. Maybe a little bit down the road. Empress, love reading. Got new energy coming in. You got an Aries coming in. You have another fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. You're not holding yourself back. You're feeling prepared. People that come in are going to be showing you a lot of respect and putting a lot of effort in. You also have, you may be feeling undecided about who you want to move forward with, but you have new energy coming in for sure. If things have been kind of stale and stagnant lately, things are going to move forward for you in the near future, which is nice. Light Warrior, will funding come in for my movie? Yeah, I think you're going to get the funding together. Margie, I can't tell you what your future spouse is going to look like. I don't know. Apurva, when do you see things moving forward between me and Yogesh? Summer. The month of July seems like things move forward significantly. Empress of Love, Cancerian M's energy towards me for spring. The energy is a little bit, it's dual. It's like a little bit argumentative and a little bit loving. So they may drive you a little bit crazy. It's not bad energy though. It's overall, I would say it's good. The love cup's full. That's good energy. Yeah, like I mean, for me, I just don't know what someone looks like. I can't tell you. I mean, every now and again I'll get an image, but it's not usual. But the woman that does my cards and has been reading for my friend for years, she used to ask her all the time, who am I going to marry? What's he going to look like? And she wouldn't tell him. Now, she used to talk about a brown-eyed guy and a light-eyed guy with her. Brown-eyed guy and the light-eyed guy. But you can understand why she would never tell her who she was going to end up with. Because if she told her that she was going to end up with the brown-eyed guy, would she have dated the blue-eyed guy? No. And vice versa. So I don't think that all information gets presented, because then it alters, it's like the same thing. Like, if I started dating somebody and I asked her, am I going to marry him? She wouldn't even answer that. She would be like, just enjoy what's going on now. Because, so would I break up with him if she told me no? You know what I mean? Like, things need to be revealed in their own time, and not everything comes to the surface immediately. You don't get all the information. And the way that she explains it is that she gets pieces of information, and sometimes they're not chronological, which I've experienced. Like, I've had her tell me things, and they've happened backwards. But, like, what happens if I were to say to somebody, he's going to be 6 feet tall and he's going to have blonde hair, let's just say, for example, and then it's like, by the time you meet him, he's dyed his hair black, or he shaved his head or something, or he has no hair. So then would you not date him because, oh, well, so-and-so said that, he was going to have blonde hair and this guy's bald? So I know, I think certain things have to be revealed at the time, and you don't get every single detail. I don't remember what I was talking about, but I was talking to my friend Lori, the one that's Passages of Light. Her channel's Passages of Light. I was talking to her the other day. I don't remember what she said, but she said, I don't know any of the details, but this was the message that I got. And she was like, I don't know any of the details. So, like, that, like, if you get an answer, right, like, yes, there will be a marriage, but sometimes you don't see the road that takes you there, right? So it's like, okay, yes, so and so is going to get married, but how's it going to happen? When's it going to happen? Who's it going to be? Well, I have no idea. Lolly, the next 7 days. Well, you got happiness coming in around personal growth and transformation starting in the next 7 days. You also could expect to hear from somebody you haven't seen or spoken to in quite some time. You may be paying off a bill of debt or a loan that makes you feel relief, and you got success coming in around you. Love reading for March. Love reading for March. Okay, you've got slow and steady wins the race, but happiness comes out around a new love connection that could be with, you have a Scorpio, you have an Aquarius coming in, and you also have a fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. It looks like your life starts to move forward, feeling like the world is at your feet and that you have options. You don't have to make a decision right now as to who you're going to be with. But there will be options that come in March if you're not with anyone committed right now. Either way, it looks like your love life is starting to move forward. Nav, what are Javier's current feelings and energy towards me? Forward, like it's moving forward, or he's not holding himself back. His energy is coming towards you. I would say that you probably will be hearing from him soon. You may even see him or FaceTime him or something like that. He's slow and steady wins the race, but he's stable and sincere, and he tends to follow through with his promises. TD, what are Kay's intentions towards me? Well, I think that this person's intentions, I don't know what the relationship is, but you got here the Two of Cups. So if this is a romantic thing, there could be commitment on the horizon. If this is just a friendship, I would still say that there's long-term potential around a relationship. This person has a lot of respect for you. They seem to think long-term, and things seem to move forward. Their intentions seem to be to get their shit together and get on the right track. I don't know where you guys are in the relationship right now, but it looks like you're no longer waiting for your ship to come in. Things start to move forward and you got good karma coming back to you. Margie, can you see me getting married one day? Okay, let's see. I know even a question like this is just can't be black and white, and I'll explain that. Is there marriage for Margie one day? Yes, I think so. Yes. So the reason why I say it's like, right, like to me, am I getting married? If I'm getting married, I'm in a white dress. I'm in the church. I'm with a justice of the peace. There's either that to me. There's a marriage license. Like that's marriage. However, when we deal with the spirit world, it doesn't always work like that. My aunt's sister, she married somebody. I think she was young when she got married. I don't really know because she's married into the family. Yeah, she must have been young. And I don't think they were married long, maybe a couple of years. She had her son. And when I met her son, or we were in my uncle's wedding, I was 4, he was 3. I don't remember meeting his father until maybe he was at the wedding. I don't know. This is what I remember. At the wedding, this is so funny. All right, I was the flower girl, he was the ring bearer. Somebody showed up with like a race car at the end of the night, and he didn't want to dance with me. He wanted to go for a ride in the car, and I was pissed. Even back then, I was pissed. You guys were being stupid. Anyway, I remember that. I don't remember. Maybe it was his father that showed up. I don't remember who it was. Anyway, I don't remember meeting his father until I was in 4th grade. That's when I remember. So that was 5 years later, right? About 5 years later. So his mother and father were divorced. They were divorced back then. This is like going way back. Well, they got back together, but they never got remarried. So they're divorced, but they've been living together ever since. Like since I'm in 3rd grade. So how do you read her? To me, you read her as a married woman. But legally, she's not married. They're not married. They're divorced. So this is what I'm saying. Like, it's when you deal with the spirit world, it's not always that easy, because if you move in with someone and you live with them for 20 years, even if you're not married and you don't have the white dress and you don't do the ceremony and the reception, spiritually speaking, yeah, you are married. I know nothing can be easy. Nothing is like yes or no. I think I met PG. The Sagittarius texted me yesterday his intentions. He may pull his energy back again. He comes in, his energy comes in scattered, and it comes in like you're not really getting a new beginning from him, and things don't move forward the way you want. It looks like he kind of, like this, the 8 of Cups in reverse to me is sort of like when somebody just pulls their energy back for no reason, but they're just not really coming forward enough. Like, this may be somebody that kind of keeps you hanging on the line, gives you just enough to keep you there, but he doesn't really seem to show you a whole lot of respect. I would be careful with him. Tani, what's good coming for me? What good is coming for me? Maybe going back to school, learning a new area of study. You may have a new business or job opportunity. You could be walking away from the past, leaving the past in the past, and negativity and regret goes with it. 6 of Cups, somebody from your past could be returning, and you're about to go through huge growth and transformation on a personal level. Jakaya, messages in love. Soulmate comes in. If you're not with anyone right now, you've got cause for celebration comes in around a soulmate connection. Gemini and a Sagittarius are options. You also have your life is changing for the better quickly and feeling like life is moving forward. T-Bet. Is someone going to offer me a commitment soon? Yes. I would say possibly within the next 3 months, you could be in a committed relationship. Anjali, by when will I get a job? Okay. By when will I get a job? You should get one within the next 7 weeks, but most likely before the end of the winter. You're moving on to greener pastures and you have a wish. Put it out into the universe. It also looks like the world is at your feet. Things change for the better for you quickly. You've got the Magician. You've got the ability to manifest new opportunities. And you could be getting a new job and also going back to school for something. I'm going to say before the end of the winter, which is only a couple of weeks from now, right? Boy, February has been it's been a bitch of a month here weather-wise. Oh, TD, I did. Light Warrior. Can I get a general? General for Light Warrior. You've got the Magician here. First card that comes up around you. You've got the ability to manifest opportunities. You've got balance coming back to your life. You've got things moving forward for you in all different ways. A creative project takes off. Hearing from someone who you haven't heard from in quite some time. You may have a new relationship on the horizon, or your current relationship is strengthening. If you're not with anyone right now, a Gemini comes in, and also a Leo, so you might have choices. Cause for celebration comes in, and you're taking time for rest, relaxation, and self-care, which serves you well. Stacy, what does Jay think about me currently? Empress, love, money, abundance, fertility. Be careful of that card if you don't want children right now. Thinks that you're intelligent, smart, spontaneous, adventurous, has a lot of respect for you, and thinks that you're sincere and kind. Anybody here I haven't answered for? Nessa, how is Jose's feelings towards me? Feelings are pretty good. It feels that you're a little bit mysterious, kind, caring, strong, courageous, mysterious, intriguing, well prepared, attractive, intelligent, and loyal. Margie, you know what? I think that's that generation, the older couples. Like, I think, first of all, this is just my opinion. I don't know how true this is, but it seemed to me that the older elderly people, like that generation, seem to get married and have a different idea of marriage. First of all, I don't think that back then they weren't looking for soulmates and twin flames and that kind of nonsense. It was just like, okay, this is someone who's going to make a good husband. This is someone who's going to make a good wife, and that's how it worked. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not saying that like cheating and that shit didn't go on, because it definitely did, but they didn't usually divorce over it. Like people just kind of stayed together and didn't address it and just lived their life because that's how it functioned. Times are much different now. Whether for good or for bad, I don't know. But one of my friends, her mom said that back when she was in high school, like I don't know if it was Friday night or Saturday night, but one night girls would stay home and do like their hair and like nails and stuff like that, and the other night they would go out. And somebody, you always had a date. Like you always had a date because people just went out. Like it wasn't like people just dated each other. It wasn't like it is today. She's like you would have a date on, I guess it was Saturday night that you'd have the date, and Friday night you would do your hair. And she's like, and you would date, like you probably would date everybody in the class or most people in your class and get to know one another. Like it was just different back then. I don't know. I don't know if it's good or bad either. I don't know what my opinion is. And like today, it's not so necessary the way it was. I don't think. I think a lot of things have changed. Anyway, and then there's also free will. When I was younger, if somebody were to tell me that I would never get married, I would have been devastated. But now I don't think I ever will. I just don't. I just look at marriage differently than I did. Like when I was young, like I looked at it like fairy tale, and oh, I'm going to be loved, and I'm going to be a princess, and I'm going to get everything I want, and I'm going to have the best life ever because I'm a really good person and I deserve that. Well, that's not what happens. It's just not the way it works. Anyhow, um, who else haven't I gotten to? Spiritual. Did I do spiritual? Where's my relationship with A headed? The relationship should be moving forward. I got some good luck around it. It looks pretty balanced. The relationship, wherever it is right now, it continues right where it is to move forward. Slow and steady wins the race. Yeah, but that's the thing. Are these people happy, or they just stayed because they made the commitment? And that, you know what I mean? Actually, I don't even know if my aunt sister, maybe she did end up marrying him again. But the last I heard, no, they weren't married. She explained the whole reason to my ex-boyfriend Tom why she wouldn't marry him again. But this is going back now. I mean, I haven't been with Tom in years. And Tom goes, he goes, I don't know, because I was really drunk at the time and I don't remember. That's nice, but um, yeah, I think it depends. Like when I look at my grandparents, like my grandparents' generation, both my grandparents, they never got divorced. They were seemingly happy, but we don't know. You know what I mean? Like we don't see that because we're the grandchildren. My parents were divorced. Um, yeah, I mean, if it's a good marriage like that, I guess that's the thing. If you got to be in a good marriage, otherwise, I feel like a lot of people feel trapped by marriage. Not when they first enter it, but years down the line. Because what I've heard from a lot of people is the same old song and dance about, well, I couldn't afford to live on my own, and we have kids together, and then we have a vacation house in the Poconos or whatever, and it gets very complicated. And nobody wants to give up the life that they're living. That's the problem. Nobody wants to change or have to start over, especially when they're used to living in that kind of a situation. I read for one woman, God, 10 years she's having an affair with this guy. 10 years. 10 years. Finally, he's married, she's married. Finally, his wife asks him for a divorce. She never got divorced. the boyfriend got divorced. Now he's ready, willing, and able. She never left her husband. Believe that shit. Never left the husband. Zarda, what are the intentions and the future actions of the Pisces towards me? All right, I don't know where you are in the relationship right now, but I don't see a lot of love here. So, you do have a wish around the situation, but it doesn't look like the relationship is strengthening anytime soon, and it doesn't look like it's really moving forward. Communication could come in, but it looks like it's sporadic at this point. I would keep your options open. You have an Aquarius coming in that may be a little bit more stable. Fatal. How is T feeling when he looked at me today? Felt a little bit ungrounded or a little bit unstable, and the Judgment card's in reverse, which would be like feeling like the timing was bad, or maybe he was even caught off guard. Feels like the timing is bad. Medhia, love reading between S and I. All right, I don't know where you guys are in the relationship, but once again, I'm not seeing a love connection just yet. Sometimes it just hasn't come yet. Maybe it hasn't come in yet. But I would say that you do have communication coming in, and you maybe you could see this person in the near future, but I'm not seeing a love connection coming in just yet. So you might have to give it some time or establish a friendship first. If you guys are in a committed relationship, I would say that you could be going through a very stagnant period. It's not the end of the road. It's just a little stagnant right now. Noel, is M interested in me romantically? Yeah, I think so, yeah. Lena, will S move towards me with love, and when? You could, yeah, something could happen. It looks like it's kind of down the road, though. I'm not getting anything major happening for quite some time. Ace of Spades would be like, the ace could be the beginning of anything, but the spades is usually the fall. I would keep your options open. I wouldn't sit around waiting for this one. Pinky, general. Could have some money headed your way. Large sum of money may come in. It helps you change your life quickly, and you're feeling prepared. There could be transformation that comes in around your life altogether. You've got a Sagittarius, you've got a Virgo, a Scorpio, and an air sign, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, that may come in, oh, excuse me, if you're not with anyone, as a soulmate connection, and your love life can move forward with the money. You got money coming in. 9 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles in reverse. Relief around money issues comes in. Mel, general for tomorrow. happiness. First card that comes in around you is the sun. And then you have a wish and the world is at your feet, but you're going to have choices. Tomorrow should be a good day. Listen to your intuition. I'm going to sneeze. Maybe not. Capri Sun. Love reading. I knew it was coming. A love reading for me and Sagittarius. Got happiness and a wish around this situation. Put it out into the universe. Things could move forward. This person has a lot of respect for you. Things could change for the better for you quickly around this situation. Clisha, how does the Aries see me, a Pisces? Oh, God. Well, there's the Aries, right? It sees you as, like, the two of you have a nice connection. Thinks that you're strong, caring, attractive. This person definitely thinks highly of you. No doubt about it. Lost Firefly. Advice on what I should do. Oh, excuse me. When AS tries to talk to me, we're having inconsistent communication. I never text him. He does, and then he pulls back. Okay. If somebody's being inconsistent, I would cut them off. You know why? Because it's like I wouldn't answer him. That's what I would do. And I'm not a big fan of playing games. Like, I don't usually tell people to play games. But in a situation like this, here's your sporadic text messages, and everything is kind of stuck, right? And it doesn't look like things are really moving forward. So it's like he gives you this much to just kind of keep you hanging there, but then he disappears again. So what the hell good is it? You know what I mean? So if you, in order to, like, you know what somebody told me once? This is going back a long time ago. I had a conversation with somebody who was a psychic, and he said, always make sure that you don't answer last, right? So if somebody texts you, right, and you answer them, and then, like, if he texts you back, leave him hanging. Don't reply again. And the reason why what this guy said was that the energy of, like, you being in control, because once you respond to that text message, now you're waiting on him. So you want to be the one that's in control. You know that he's going to text you. You know you're going to answer. And then he's not going to respond. So you got to take the power in the situation and not answer him. Make him fucking wait. Make him wait. Now, if he reaches out again after that, I would still make him wait. I wouldn't engage in a conversation with him if you know that he's going to pull this bullshit, because that's all he's doing is checking to see if you're there, seeing if you're going to respond, and then he goes about his business. And nothing is going to change. He's going to keep doing it, because that's what the pattern is. Like, that's what the energy is. So I would not answer him, and then let's see what happens. Now, if you don't answer him a couple of times, maybe he'll call you. If he calls you, I would answer. Then I would answer, because then it could be a conversation. And I wouldn't make it a big deal. I wouldn't be like, well, I'm not going to answer you because then you're not going to answer me and then I'm waiting. Like, I wouldn't say anything. I would be like, oh, he texted me. I didn't even notice. Oh, I didn't even see it. That's what I would do. Because, you know, fuck these people already. I'm so tired of them. 11:11, what does it mean? You know what, people say that 11:11 is either your intuition or angels are watching. That's what I've heard. But, you know, once again, with the signs, people are always like, first of all, it's 11:11 where you are. It's 12:11 here. But really, to be serious, everybody with their signs, this is a sign, that's a sign. But what the fuck happens? You know, like, so I always like to, like, I like to stay very, like, stable and grounded. Like, is it a So is it a sign that the angels are watching? I don't know. Maybe it is. But for me, I would need a little more proof than just 1111, you know? I feel like sometimes we always look at everything as being a sign. And, you know, like this whole year, to be honest, nothing really has changed for me at all this year, except that I didn't go back to teach yoga. Like my intentions were, I was done with maternity leave. I was going back March 1st. Went back March 1st, but everything shut down by March 15th, and that was it. Now, except for my Thursday night class, I have not gone back to yoga. So really this year, nothing has really changed for me. But how many symbols did I see? How many times did I see 1111? How many times did I see 333? How many times did I wake up in the middle of the night at 4:44? What does it mean? Nothing has happened. Nothing has changed. Um, my solar return for next year is much better. This year's solar return wasn't good, but next year's is much better. So we'll see what next year brings. But um, I don't know. Like I like when people have hope, and I like, you know, have you like, but I also want to stay kind of grounded because I feel like the devastation that comes along with a letdown is so much harder to deal with than, you know, being pleasantly surprised is always nice. So if you think someone's not going to call and they actually call, I think that that's better than feeling like, hey, I'm waiting for the phone, or you said he was going to call and it's been 3 years, because that really sucks. Um, Anybody else here that I didn't? USUI. What's the question? You have a question? I abandoned your parade, Angel. I'm sorry. Tibet, when will he see the pictures? When will he see the pictures? Soon, sometime this week, possibly. I'm going to say between now 1 to 9 days. Um, USUI, send in a question. Is there anyone else here I haven't answered for? I think I got through everybody. Yeah. I'm sorry, Angel. What happened to USUI? Well, you know what? You could put a wish out into the universe. Why not? You know what? Like, to me, any of that stuff, like, if you see 1111 and you think to yourself, now is the time that I should put a wish out into the universe, then that's a great reminder. I don't think that that's hokey. I think what I think is hokey is like when somebody hasn't spoken to you in 3 years and you're like, oh, I heard the song on the radio that we danced at prom together. Does that mean that she's coming back to me? It's like, no. It's like the song just happened to be on the radio. You know what I mean? And people sometimes look for signs like that, you know? And that to me, I feel is like, it perpetuates like an obsession in somebody's head. That's an obsession in their head that is something that's totally different than what reality would actually be anyway, because it's the story in our head's always better than the reality is. Like, that's just the way it is. USUI, what's the question? 444, I think it's supposed to be that you're being protected. You're protected by angels. Am I not seeing the question? All right, you know what? I'm just going to do a general reading for USUI. got a wish, put it out into the universe. Feeling successful around a school, work, or business endeavor. Walking away from people, places, and things that no longer serve you definitely brings in new opportunity. You got money coming in. Empress is here. Love, money, abundance, fertility. Be careful with that card if you don't want children right now. But otherwise, it's great when it comes to love and money. You've got the Magician, the ability to manifest new opportunities. So focus on what you want more of. Somebody from your past may be returning before the end of the spring. You could find yourself in a soulmate connection. Maybe with a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. All right, that's it. I got through everyone. I'm going to go. I will see you guys tomorrow. I'll probably be on tomorrow in the afternoon. I think tomorrow we're only getting rain here, but I think Thursday we're supposed to get another storm. I don't know. I try to watch it on the local channel, but they didn't say anything. I'm sitting there looking an idiot. All right, I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you all. Have a nice night. Bye.